Hello there and welcome to Video Game Movement Study. Today we're going to talk about a little game called Lunistice, Lunastice, Lunislice. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. The game's name is Lunistice, that's what everyone calls it. This game was created by a guy who goes by the name of Decky. He is an indie German game developer with immense talent to create a game such as this. If you would like to know more about his second project after I'm finished talking about this game, you can go look into the description and it will be links to his Discord. So let's go on and start talking about the game's movement. Right off the bat in the tutorial, you can see that she moves at a relatively fast speed. She has simple jumps with a solid height and a solid fall speed. Up next, she has a double jump. Her double jump is extremely solid and feels super smooth while using it. Next, she has a movement mechanic that's kind of the opposite of most movement mechanics. She can press a button to make her walk essentially, because she is always in a running state throughout the game. She also has an attack to push enemies out the way to defeat them. You actually don't use this attack for what you think you would use it for, simply because she can use that attack to give her an extra jump, so to speak. Like stated right here, it says that she has a triple jump. So you can chain both the jumps and the attack to do with the triple jump. And this is what it looks like in motion. Now, the game states that this is all that there is, but there is one secret technique. If you press the jump and the attack at the same time, it gives her this really large super jump. It gives you much higher vertical ability, and you're able to jump afterwards still. But being able to jump afterwards depends on how you use it. You only get 3 jumps in the air, so be careful about using your jumps in a reckless manner. Now with the tutorial out of the way, let's talk about some of the more complex things that she has to offer. So here we're going to take a look at the first level to showcase all the stuff that was shown in the tutorial. So you can just sit back and watch me do this level, and I'll talk about it after we're done. Okay, so you just witnessed a lot happen really fast, so let's go over this step by step. So immediately from the start, you'll notice that we use that super jump to reach this platform right here. Then we hop onto the pillar to make it to the next section. So just like at the start, instead of walking all the way around, we're going to use a super jump to skip this little section right here. Also, one thing to notice is that you'll see me do a lot of little short hops and like using the jump to stay in the air and float. This doesn't make anything faster. Jumping just feels really good in this game, so I like pressing the button a lot. This next part has a couple developer intended skips. These little platforms floating in the air, you can use them to speed up the time here a little bit. Like more than likely with this game, if you notice a platform in the sky kind of off from the main path, more than likely you can make the jump to get to it. And there you have it, that is the first level. Now let's go and take a look at some of the options for movement in the game. So those super fast and snappy turns that's in the game is actually an option that can be turned off. With it on, you'll notice how fast you can turn and stop and like spin around in the air. Having this on can save you a lot in the game, but honestly it's a preference, so you can choose to turn it off. Now this specific thing is called smooth turning, and we're going to turn it off right here so you can see the difference in how it changes the character movement. This is me doing the same movements as before, and you can see that it's like much slower to turn. You can't do that on the dime. like momentum shift anymore either. Now I haven't seen too many people use this, but it is an accessibility option. So if this is the way that you prefer, go ahead and use it. But speaking of options, this game also has two other characters with different ways to play. Let's take a look at them next. The first character introduced is Tori from Tori 3D or Tori 2, depending on which one you play first. Unlike Hana, this character is more of the hard mode. He doesn't have a triple jump, all he has is 2 jumps, and if he gets hit once, he dies. But he has the fastest run speed to make up for it. And last of the characters is Tuki. So I don't think this character has a game tied to it, but it might be the creator's friend's character, maybe? Well, either way, this character has really fast attacks. They come out in like a couple frames, it's really fast. It also has a triple jump and 3 jumps in the air. These jumps can be mix and matched, so you can use the super jump with the 2 extra jumps, or you can use all your jumps and then super jump. Either way, this character makes some of the levels insanely easy because you can just jump past everything. Now let's showcase the run speed on each of the characters. Sit back and watch. You can see here that Tori actually runs the fastest, as I stated earlier, and the other 2 run at roughly the same speed. This game has pretty large grinding sections where you'll need to attack and play a little mini game while you're grinding. If you're playing Tori, he can't attack, so instead they gave him a shield that just empowers through everything. And speaking of the grinding mechanic, Hana can get insane momentum when using the jump. Just check this one out right here. Doing this skips a good portion of the level, and it doesn't stop here, it gets even crazier. These are some of the differences with the characters. Hana and Tuki can do these sort of things, but Tori can't. But then again, this game was really designed for Hana in the first place. Another showcase of this game's movement is here where Tuki can just fly across this entire little section. Normally you're supposed to run all the way around that side, but he can just jump and fly all the way over. And you can just continue doing it to the next spot too. Now Hana can do this too, but it's a little bit tighter of a jump. This character just showcases how easy it is to do these sort of tricks. Another trick to show off is another momentum boost that you can do with Hana. After jumping off the little boost pad, I noticed that I might be able to make this jump, but barely miss it. So this time, let's try to jump again, but let's take the left jump pad this time. Ah, you thought I was gonna make it, huh? Nah, it takes a couple tries and a couple practice runs to get it, but over some time you will eventually get it. Like now. This is one of those 3D platformers that allows you to keep practicing the levels over and over again to improve your time. They added a timer and a death count within the game. That way you can continue replaying it and improve yourself as you play. Now obviously this is a YouTube channel about movement in video games. And we can't talk about the movement in a video game without explaining how the speedrun of the game works. This game as a speed game is honestly one of those more simpler ones to get into. There are no absolute crazy tricks like in Ocarina of Time that requires a million hours of setup and practice to do, but it's a nice short speed run, roughly 30 minutes on a normal scale and 25 minutes if you're really good at the game. If you are new and getting into speedrunning, or you're a busy person that works a 9 to 5 and you just wanted something to do in your free time, this is definitely one of those games to learn because it's not hard at all. But just because it's a simple game to get into doesn't mean that the execution isn't hard while you're doing a run. That goes with every sort of speedrun that you eventually do, but this game's learning curve is very manageable and it's not that time consuming. So here's my recommendation for this game. This game showcases an insane amount of movement, it's very smooth, it's clean, it's pretty, the music is absolutely amazing, and the game is that perfect length where it doesn't overstay its welcome at all. So if you're a really busy person, this is the sort of game to speedrun for you, or if you just want to play casually, you'll enjoy your time playing this game too. And now, it's that time of the video again. And I appreciate your time for sitting here watching me talk about this little indie game. So if you have extra time and you'd like to support me and help me out later on in the future, you can go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow my Twitter account, which I rarely post on, but I'm going to work on posting there more. And I'll probably give updates on like my thumbnail and such like that. That way you guys know what my next video I'm going to be working on. And I also have a TikTok that will be in the description as well as my Twitter and every other link necessary. The TikTok will be little excerpts from my YouTube and some original stuff talking about other specific movement in other games that I will probably talk about later on. So once again, I thank you for watching this video, and remember, always try to have a great day.
Ready or not, here I come. Sands of the hourglass in the setting sun. Kaput, stick a fork in it, your team's cooked.